Hello, everybody. My name is Jim. This is More Sunshine, Please. This is my Tuesday night live stream. How are you doing? I've got a top 15 list tonight. I'm going to talk about things going on with the channel and other collaborations going on with myself and other wonderful people. And I got some mail. I wouldn't mind showing that. I've been busy today. Look at this. I'll be honest. During this quarantine, I don't shower every day. I'm big enough to admit that. Let's see who's here. Start from the top. I see Russ Stapleton, today's champion. I am first. I win the trophy and $1 million. Nobody promised that. Noah is also here. Welcome, Noah. Good to see you. Eric Newman, welcome to the show. The Do Philly crew dropped a Liberty Bell video today. I enjoyed that. Check that out. James Ryan, welcome back to the show. I clicked on the wrong button. There, we're back. My mom's here. Hi, Mom. Ben is here, PTV2 and Pepper Tree Villa Seasons. Greetings. Melissa Gover's also here. Welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me here. Cynthia, Candymon 15, welcome. And my sister is here. Disney Nerd Herders are also here. Welcome, everybody. And if I missed you, I do apologize. Jeffrey Resendez, welcome to the show. Rachel. All right, I'll say your whole channel name. Rachel D&G Explorers PTV. Rob MATM, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Amy from AJC Magic TV went live this afternoon as well. I caught some of that on the replay. Captain Akron, welcome to the show. It just jumped. Tina is also here. T. Marie Photography. Wendy Lou Who, welcome. Good to see you here. All right. I am caught up, I think, for now. I know Patrick Zippity Doodad is winding up his show, so hopefully we'll get some people tuning in just a little bit. I do want to show some. I got a little bit of mail. Got two things in the mail this week, so I'm going to show from Disney Nerd Herders. I got a cool envelope with a cool stamp there. Look at that. Old school. Harry Potter with the wax. And then this awesome message. Keep being incredible. Thank you for all your support, Disney Nerd Herders. That was awfully fun and nice to get in the mail, and a bunch of Mickey. Ooh, that wasn't the fun side. Confetti in there as well. Thank you, Disney Nerd Herders, for that. Also, saw a tweet earlier in the week from the Orlando guy, Richard, and it was a picture of a magnet, a Mickey ears magnet, and he said something like, I should maybe send this Jim's way to have him add it to his collection. And I jokingly tweeted back, I think you have my address, or something like that. Well, he actually sent it to me. He was, I guess, serious about sending it to me. I don't know if you know, but the only thing I truly collect are Disney annual pass holder magnets. And I've got them displayed over there. I don't even know if you can see it. Hang on, let me try. There it is over there. That big shiny. It's. I should move it. I should put it in a more prominent place. Anywho, back to me. I've gotten some other magnets people have sent me, but this one I have not received one like this. So this is what Richard was talking about. This is a Disney Premier Passport Holder magnet. If you can see on the bottom, it says California and Florida. What a Disney Premier passport gets you is admission to all the parks in the United States, Florida and Anaheim, including the water parks in Florida, including the golf courses in Florida, at least one of them. It is the top of the line pass. I've never had the Premier pass, but Richard must have, and he sent me the magnet that he must have received with it. And when I first saw it, I go, oh my goodness, they've misspelled Premier, because I was thinking premiere as in a YouTube premiere or a television show premiering or something like that. But this is spelled like the premier of a country, or like a prime minister or something, that type of premiere. So that was pretty awesome, and it will be going up on the magnet board. Thank you, Richard, the Orlando guy, for that. Let's go back to the chat. Popped in here, and I just want to try to say hello to everybody. Kay Atwood, welcome to the show. D&G Explorers, welcome. Carlos, the Disney World Freak. Lady Jamers, Leanne Sherbick. No, I said hi to you, didn't I? That's right, I did. Jonathan Chong is also here. Baron Sunshine, love it when he's here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Next, I want to mention, back at the beginning of March, I went to Animal Kingdom with my 360-degree camera, and I just walked around for 45 minutes or so. And I've been waiting to release that video. Just I've got a couple of things to release that I've, oh, did I just hit my, sorry, that was a mistake. Oh, it's a hat check. I put my hat hack, sponsored by More Sunshine, please. I'll just go back to this. I'll try to be careful. R. John's welcome to the show. Julie C is also here. Welcome. So anyway, I have a couple videos in the can ready to go. Tomorrow morning is when I'm going to schedule my walk around Animal Kingdom with my 360-degree camera. Did I call it a 365-degree camera earlier? You know what I mean. It's a 360-degree camera. I've done that before. I've released other videos with the camera. It's a fun toy to have. What it allows you to do as the viewer is control what you want to see, because I'm recording absolutely everything around me. Griswold Family Vacay, welcome to the program. Good to see you. I'm going to share my screen here. Here is the video, not yet released. It'll be released at 5 tomorrow morning. But let me show you. Let me just play it. This is a minute or two in here. I don't know if my computer can handle this, actually. So I can click and drag on the image and look at what I want to look at. If I want to look at myself for 39 minutes and 44 seconds, I can do that. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to look at what's more cool. I can look to my left. Straight ahead, of course, is the Tree of Life. But if you're on your phone, you can lift your phone up, and wherever you're pointing, that's where you're looking. Your phone follows the 360-degree video, so it's looking like your porthole into the my visit to Animal Kingdom. So if you're on your television, you can use your remote control, the arrows on your remote control, to direct what part of the video you want to see. So I think I just, recorded this on March 1st. And I think after this, I go to the left. So you can't control in which direction I walk, but you can control in which direction you're looking. So if you want to look at the sky, you can do that. So I find it interesting. I've always found the 360-degree videos interesting. And unlike vlogging a ride experience. I've just hopefully captured the atmosphere of the park, the people there, just walking around, seeing what's there, maybe stopping for a moment just to see what it's around. If you pause it, you can still control it. It's like if you want to look at this guy, for example, for longer, you can. I don't want to. I'm going to move on. Or this guy. Not exciting. Again, that's being released tomorrow at 5 a.m. And I think the Diz and That crew will be not, it was not planned this way, but I believe their show tomorrow evening, they're talking all about Animal Kingdom. So you can open another tab and watch this. So as they talk about it, perhaps you can walk around Animal Kingdom. I don't know if anybody's going to do that, but you can. So that's tomorrow morning. If you've joined the show, Blue Nose is here. Welcome. And I've missed you. I do apologize. I try to do my best. But let's do this now. For the better part of March and April on my Thursday show. No, this is Tuesday. On my Tuesday shows, I've been making a top 15 list. Today's no different. So let's get to it. And I always try to come up with a unique or something that hasn't been done to death. I wanted to come up with another top 15 list that was unique. And I don't know of anybody that's done this. I'm sure they have. I just haven't seen it. So I'm going to give you Jim's top 15 new things he watched. We're all staying home. We're all watching more TV maybe than ever before. And I've come up with a list of new things that I've seen, or most of it's new. These are maybe Disney, it's not all Disney, by the way, but maybe classic Disney things that I had not seen, or just things on YouTube that have nothing to do with Disney that I've been enjoying lately, or perhaps it's something my wife was watching and I sat down on the couch and got sucked in to the show with her. Rob Fuzz is here. Welcome. Welcome to you, Rob Fuzz. More on Rob Fuzz later. Let's get into the top 15 list. And this is in no particular order. It's not the best, like the worst to the best things that I've ever watched, or it's just these are the 15 of the things I've watched. Here we go. Let's start. So, okay. The 15th thing on my list, or first thing, depending on which way you're coming from. Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas. I've never seen this. I've never seen Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. But now I've seen Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas. The way this came about is if my daughter joins us in the living room, do you want to watch something? Yeah, okay, let's do that. J&N Travels, welcome to the show. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. So, you want to watch Disney? Yes. Okay, so Disney Plus is where we'll turn, of course. And then we go through the menu of things. If something strikes her fancy, she'll point it out. And she's a big fan of Christmas. I think there was a tree, perhaps, on the thumbnail. And she wanted to see it. So we watched Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas yesterday afternoon. I think after my live stream, we watched this. And I believe it was the second time she's watched it. It was my first. But she watched it before, but loved it so much she wanted to watch it again. So Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas. I watched that in April. Number 14. Here we go. Yeah. I did watch Tiger King. I watched all of it, not in one sitting. How many episodes are there? 6 or 7? I'll be honest. I didn't love it. It was amusing at first. It's okay. I thought they probably could have covered the entirety of the story in maybe 3 episodes. It was just a little much. and it was exploitative. It was kind of trash TV. It was kind of interesting, amusing. The fact that one of the main this lady, Carol Baskin, she's in my hood, like she not in my neighborhood, but she's in the Tampa area. I've never heard of her. Or Big Cat Rescue, never heard of that. So I found that interesting from that perspective. But if you're wondering whether you should watch Tiger King, I can't necessarily recommend it. So let's move on. Bob and Ashley, sir. Welcome, Bob and Ashley. Number 13, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I don't remember ever seeing the entire movie, but sat down and watched all of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs during this. What do we call this? We don't want to necessarily refer to the what's going on. We want to be gentle about it on YouTube, right? During our staycation. The Orlando guy's here now. I wanted to thank you while you're here. Thank you so much for this. I talked about it earlier. Anyway, I enjoyed Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the first Disney animated full-length feature film. My family enjoys the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And in that, I knew of the Seven Dwarfs. I knew of Snow White, the Queen, the Witch, but never watched the story. Now I have. So now, even though I loved Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I have a bit of a better appreciation for it. So yeah, we watched it finally. I'm sure most of you have seen it. Number 12, I watched the first episode of Hunters. This is on Amazon Prime. And yes, that is Al Pacino. And I can't tell you one other person's name in the show. It doesn't matter. This guy with the black eye, I know he's Percy Jackson in a couple of Percy Jackson movies. I know they were really hoping that Percy Jackson would be a franchise, but they stopped making the movies after the second one. Oh, well. But Hunters is about, and it's from executive producer Jordan Peele. So that's kind of cool. What it's about, it takes place in the 70s, and it's an alternate reality where there are former Nazis, or I don't know, maybe they're still Nazis, living in the United States. And a group of people headed by Al Pacino's character try to find them and hunt them. This lady with the gun is a police officer, and she is trying to make a name for herself, and she's actually hunting this group that hunts Nazis because they're vigilantes, or they're not exactly law-abiding. Anyway, I don't want to spoil too much. Stevie Lee, welcome to the show. Orlando Mike is also here. Welcome. I found it enjoyable. I watched it maybe 3 weeks ago or so. Yes, I haven't seen episode 2, but I'm not against it. Oh, she's FBI. All right. Not a police officer. She's FBI. It was so long ago, I couldn't remember that. But it was a bit more violent than I expected. I guess I didn't know what to expect. But I liked it better than Tiger King. I'll say that. Perhaps someday I'll watch more episodes of this. Okay, so what else have I watched? Number 11 on my list of things I've watched during my staycation, Toy Story 4. I did not see it at theaters, so I waited for the Disney Plus release of Toy Story 4, so that's where I watched it. And I watched it a while ago, and I enjoyed it very much. I think I liked it better than Toy Story 2. I think I liked it better than the first one. I can't tell you why. This might be my favorite Toy Story movie. I like the fact that it was a bit different. Kind of had the same, all the Toy Story movies kind of have the same thing going for, oh, somebody's not at Andy's house anymore, we got to get back, something like that. But this was, I liked the addition of the new character, Forky. The fact that it was more about, I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't. I'll move on. I liked it. Great. Let's get to my top 10 now. It's not really my top 10. I watched the final season of Silicon Valley. This is a show on HBO. It's a comedy, and it's about this group of young tech coders. What, I don't know what you call them necessarily. Yeah, they're coders, but they're trying to make their mark in Silicon Valley. And Richard, who's the lead character, comes up with this great idea in season 1, and it's the name of their company is Pied Piper, and I actually purchased a Pied Piper shirt a couple years ago because I was such a fan of the shirt, and I just thought it was a funny shirt because when you hear Dinesh talk about the logo in season 1, the logo that's on my shirt, it's quite comical. So anyway, they had, I think, 6 seasons. This was the 6th season, I think, the last one. It's the only one I had not seen. And finally, over the course of 2 days, watched the final season of Silicon Valley. It's a Mike Judge show who came up with Beavis and Butthead and Office Space, among other things. King of the Hill was his. What was the other one? The other movie with Dax Shepard and Idiocracy, which is amazingly. Anyway, let's go on. Number 9. I watched Lilo and Stitch in its entirety during my staycation, and I liked it. I tried watching it once before a couple of years ago and got a half hour into it and then was pulled away, and I just never got back to it until just recently. So I watched Lilo and Stitch. Stitch's Great Escape makes a little more sense to me now. Although I was pretty sure I understood that he was an alien. What I didn't know was that he was, although they call him Experiment whatever number, I didn't realize he was like there's not a species of this. This is like he's pretty much the only one. I think I have that right. But I liked it. I liked the Elvis songs in the soundtrack. Yeah, it was great. Okay. 626. Thank you so much, everybody. Experiment 626. Let's go to number 8. Okay. This is one my wife introduced me to. Let me get a sip of water before I talk about it. This is on HBO Nordic. How did we get that? I don't even know. I think it's on regular HBO. You can probably find it. It's called Beforeigners. It's a show from Norway. And what you may find amusing is this is the second series from Norway that my wife started watching. The first one, I can't remember the name of it. She could rattle it off right now because she was a big fan, but it was about a soccer team and a pro soccer team in Norway, and the lady coach. They hired a female coach, so a lot of the... Anyway, that's not this one. Uber Wisdom Videos, Jason and Bridget, welcome to the show. Beforeigners has a interesting premise. Takes place, it's a contemporary show, so it takes place now, I think. I missed the first episode. But the gist of it is, for the last 10 years or so, groups of people from the past suddenly show up in present time, and they can't get back, so they live among us or among them. But there are 3 time periods that the time travelers are from. Cavemen, cave people, like that time. Vikings, the people from Viking times, and people from the Victorian age. So you can see in the movie poster, here's a lady from the Victorian age. There's a guy in a top hat. These are the two main characters, and they are police officers. This guy is from contemporary times today, and his partner is actually the very first Viking to join the police force. So they've got it. It kind of reminded me of the show Alien Nation, where the aliens joined our society, and Mandy Patinkin was the alien that became a police officer. Anyway, Sam Francisco, if I remember his name. That's a different show. Beforeigners is really an allegory on what's going on today with immigration. Is allegory the right word? It just has parallels, I suppose. But it's interesting how they have the people from the past wash up on shore, or actually they're in the ocean or something. They have to swim to shore. I don't remember exactly. But it was interesting. I watched a number of episodes with my wife. And it was a show unlike anything I've seen before, because it was all in Norwegian language. What is that? Norse? Anyway, except for the soccer show. I guess I watched an episode or two of that. No, so Norwegian Time Cop. Kinda. A little bit, I suppose. But I don't think it's controlled. I don't think anybody controls the time traveling. It's just happening, at least as of now. So, yeah, we'll see. Laura B., welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get on. Oh, my goodness. I don't have much time. Okay, because I don't want to cut into Mouse Talk. So, number 7, The Aristocats. Never saw the whole thing. Just watched it. Number 6, Brave. I just watched Brave, and I liked it. I don't know why I was reluctant to watch it. It was good. It's a Pixar movie. It's funny. It's exciting. I enjoyed it. Is it one of my favorite Pixar movies? I don't know. Maybe somewhere in the middle. Number 5, 101 Dalmatians. I think we've watched this more than once as well, including just 2 days ago again. And I was familiar with all the dogs, Cruella de Vil, the song, but I hadn't seen it all until now. Number 4. Okay, this is a YouTube channel. This man's name is Rick Beato. I am not a musician, but this guy he's a music producer. And he has a series of videos called What Makes This Song Great? And I don't know if any of you are familiar with this, but he has access to these songs, the multi-track recordings of these songs, so he can isolate instruments or vocals, and it's fascinating to me. And he's got 70 episodes of What Makes This Song Great, and he's breaking down these songs. And I'm not a musician, so when he talks about particular things, there's some things that are over my head, but I'm still fascinated by it. But I think I just like listening to these songs I've heard my whole life in a different way. His most recent episode was he broke down Ramble On by Led Zeppelin. It was so cool. It's a pretty instrumentally, that song's pretty basic, but it's still awesome to hear him break it down like that. So I've been watching Rick Beato videos. Not everything's Disney. Okay. Number 3, Onward. I watched Onward within the past week, and enjoyed it. And much like a lot of you, I'm guessing they wrote this part for Jack Black, but they couldn't get him, or something like that. Chris Pratt was fine, but that character just seems like it was written for Jack Black. And maybe could have had some of that Jack Black energy in there. But as it stands, I enjoyed Onward. I liked it a lot. All right, number 2 on my list. I'm from the Detroit area, and a big sports hero in Detroit is Al Kaline, who just passed away. He was like 86 years old. I have a Al Kaline poster over there. Can we see it? No, can't. Anywho, Al Kaline was part of the 1968 World Series champion Detroit Tigers, who I've heard of my whole life, but never really got to see any games from that World Series. Well, they're all on YouTube. I watched games 5, 6, and 7 pretty much in their entirety. So it was interesting to see the old 1968 casts, really. If you don't know much about this team, they were down 3-1, and then they came back to win the World Series. That's Mickey Lolich, who won 3 of the games, including Game 7 against one of the greatest pitchers of all time, Bob Gibson. So anyway, when I had heard Al Kaline passed away, I was interested in more about him and more about this World Series in particular. There was also another video, I think it was maybe an ESPN documentary from years ago, and it was about the 1968 Tigers and how they impacted the city of Detroit, who a year earlier had rioted. They had some major city riots that devastated Detroit, and how this team was sort of a salve to help heal and restore pride. Anyway, so that was what I watched. Games 5, 6, and 7 of the 1968 World Series. Finally, let's come to the last thing I watched. Frozen 2. Again, we've watched this multiple times. It was great of Disney to release this a bit earlier than planned on Disney Plus so that we could watch it. And I liked it. I thought the music wasn't as strong as the first one, or at least not as memorable. But upon a second watching, I realized that the songs are great. And I just maybe haven't seen this movie as much as the first one to appreciate the songs as much. But I still think that the first movie's songs are going to be more memorable. I see people in the chat, Wendy Lou, who prefers Frozen 2 to the first one. You're not the only one. I've heard that from multiple people. I like the story. I like how instead of the sisters throughout the movie butting heads or avoiding each other or not, all that misunderstanding, that they kind of got to work together in this. So that was fun to see. Kristoff got his own song, Lady Jamers is telling us. That's right. It was fun to explore. I'm getting the names wrong again. I think this is Anna? Elsa. Queen Elsa, right? I'll get that straight someday. But it was fun to see her story more fleshed out. So that was cool. That was my top 10 list. All right. 8:05. Let's get to the promos. If I can, I want to thank Dean from The Live Place. TheLivePlace.com is sort of your TV guide to family-friendly Disney live streams. But he's branching out. He's adding more than just Disney live streams. So check that out. I will actually be on a live stream with him tonight at 9:30. It will be on The Live Place. More about that in a second. Right after this show, Walt and Melissa, Mouse Talk. DeSanity is their show on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. So hopefully we'll all go there right after I say goodbye. Also on Tuesday nights, the Viapre Project, Normally, I would want you to watch their shows, but I'm going to be on Dean's show at 9:30. But you've got your choice. So if you want to watch something about retro Disney, that's what we'll be talking about on Dean's channel, The Live Place. Otherwise, Ed and Mindy have an awesome live stream, and I encourage you to check them out as well. Tomorrow, Disney Nerd Herders at 7 p.m. They live stream every week. They're awesome. D&G Explorers right after 8 p.m. Eastern. They alternate between cruise-related things and Disney, and I think tomorrow is a Disney show. I'm 85% certain of that. Rob Fuzz goes on most Fridays. He will also be on with Dean and myself, and Josh from Resort TV One will also be there. I'll talk about a bit more about that in just a second. Bob and Ashley go live Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Pepper Tree Villa Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern. They're on the West Coast, so they start out a bit later, but they're awesome. And then right before this show is Zippity Doodad. He always promotes my show on his show, so I feel I need to return the favor. But his show is like 22 hours a week. Anyway, it's Tuesdays right before my show. It's 6:30 p.m. So check that out. Is that okay? So more about Dean's show right now, really quick. The Fifth Gate is the name of it. This is the fourth time we're doing it. The topic of the show is retro Disney. Rob Fuzz recently did a show about retro Disney, and it was awesome. Loved talking about the old Walt Disney World stuff, Disneyland stuff. So cool. So we're going to get input from myself, Rob Fuzz, Dean from The Live Place, and Josh from Resort TV One will be the fourth panelist. Tonight, 9:30 at The Live Place. And that's that. I'm going to leave it there. Everybody go to Mouse Talk most immediately right now. I will see you tonight, 9:30, The Live Place. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you on The Live Place, 9:30 with Dean, Rob, and Josh. Okay, bye. I've clicked the button.